What's up, legends? We've got a new guest on the show today, Baunj. Tottenham fan, in fact, very, very upsetting, but interesting new
Oh yes,
perspective to Chelsea. So I think we're going to discuss three games today. That's against Burnley, Rennes in the Champions League, and then Sheffield. Now,
Yeah, so 3 wins, 2 clean sheets. I'm very happy with the results. So just a quick recap. I know this game was a couple of weeks back, but we are talking about it now. Now we are recording this video before the Newcastle game. I'm not sure if it will go up before the Newcastle game, but we will cover that game in our next episode. So quick recap of the 3 games. Burnley was a 3-0 win at Turf Moor, if I'm not wrong. Then we had another 3-0 win against Rennes in the Champions League, and then we had a 4-1 win, which brought in a long streak of clean sheets against Sheffield United. It was a good goal score, but I will get to that later. So why don't one of you guys kick us off in the game against Burnley? Who wants to start us off?
yeah, I can start. I think against Burnley was just an absolute masterclass from Chelsea's absolute domination. I think Burnley didn't clock a shot on target, so I know Mendy's getting clean sheets, but didn't really have to do much in that game. I think the defensively were really sound. So yeah, just a champion performance from Chelsea. 3-0. Goals from Hakim, Zuma, and Werner. Exactly what we want.
Yeah, and I'll say it was Hakim's first start in Premier League, and I think he had a really good outing, obviously getting his first goal, which was a good goal because a lot of people would normally, if you look at the goal, right, Pope was leaning to the other side because a lot of people in his position would have hit it in the far corner, but he did the complete opposite and he hit it near post, which completely took the keeper by shock. So that's why he didn't move. And then his assist as well. It was a tight angle. The defender was quite close, and the way he managed to slip the ball past him into the path of Warner. I know it looks easy when you just look at it, but in reality, it's not an easy pass. So I think so. He had a solid game in his first start. If I'm not wrong, he won the man of the match. Then he won the man of the match in the game before against Krasnodar. He's had a solid few games playing for Chelsea, and also a very solid international break. So I'm very happy with his performances, and I'm excited to see what he does now. Hughes, Benny.
You can go on then, Baunj.
Yeah, I think Nick's hit it on the head there. It was an absolute masterclass from Chelsea. I see they had 64% possession against Burnley's 36. Burnley had 0 shots on target. Yeah, it just looks like in pretty much every statistic they outperformed them. Burnley didn't stand much of a chance.
Just a great game. And that Zuma goal, that might be the most powerful header I've ever seen. Like he just thumped it into the back of the net.
Yeah, Zuma's got a strong neck. Yeah, it's good. It's good. But yeah, moving on to the Champions League game as well. Happy for Werner. Get Jorginho off penalties. Give Werner 2 penalties. Happy with that. Tammy Abraham scored. To be fair, there was a red card early on for Rennes, so that's how it allowed Chelsea to get into the game more. But yeah, again, 3-0 against Rennes is a fantastic result for Chelsea. Kept a clean sheet again. Been really happy with Chelsea's form recently, especially defensively. Didn't seem to Rennes didn't seem to have any goal scoring opportunities throughout the game. It was quite good.
Just one thing I really want to look at is last season we were extremely vulnerable. Our defense was extremely vulnerable, but it was very frail. This season, however, I think we had 6 clean sheets in a row, if not more. We were extremely solid defensively, and then we lost a clean sheet against Sheffield, but that was a brilliant goal to score, just extremely small. But my point is, what do you guys think is the reason we're suddenly able to keep the clean sheets? What do you guys think is the main reason for it?
Well, I think there's a lot to say about Chelsea's new signings, actually. Mendy has been doing brilliantly. He's until recently he had 6 clean sheets straight. Thiago Silva had 1 goal and 5 clean sheets. There's a lot to say about their other signings, such as Warner, Havertz, Ziyech, and Chilwell. who have been putting in shifts on the goal and assist front. Yeah. So I think Frank Lampard is doing a brilliant job of managing his new players and making sure they're doing their role effectively.
We have a new Mr. Stats.
Oh yes, sir.
We have a new Mr. Stats over here. Man's got every stat in the book memorized.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my research now, guys. I wasn't gonna come unprepared.
I think
Like that.
I think the last time Ben forgot a stat was in 2007. I don't think he's forgot a stat otherwise.
Dude, he's a clean sheet. It's
You
because
gotta-
of Mendy and Thiago.
Look, you got a feature on the. No.
Yeah. Respect.
So yeah, that's why I'm a little phased. But carry on answering it.
You also hit the nail on the head, Baunj. I think maybe not even Lampard necessarily, but just having Thiago, such an experienced defender, he's communicating brilliantly with Zuma, and obviously Mendy's a gun. So that's why Chelsea are doing so well defensively. And also Chilwell, I love that man. Beautiful hair, beautiful player, beautiful footballer. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. And do you guys think like just having okay, I'm not sure. Okay, for me, at least I'm a defender. For those of you guys who don't know this, and for me, like if you know, just having the comfort of. My bad. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think the computer thought I said Siri, but like, oh yeah. Yeah. So what I was saying that at least for me as a defender, just knowing that I have.
Don't forget to clear the history after you delete the page.
Wait, what? I'm so confused. Okay, whatever. All right.
Nagy's you cheeky monkey.
Nagy's such a madman, bro. Nagy's is gone. Nagy's is gone, boys.
He knows what's up.
Nagy's set up the camera.
Nagy's knows what's up.
All right, boys. Nagy's is out of here. All right.
Nagy's actually gone.
No, he's laughing too. He's been caught.
I'm back. Okay.
He's been caught in the act.
So so what I was saying that just can I please complete my point?
Caught red-handed, Nagy. There's nothing you can do.
Nagy, you gotta go again. Yeah, you gotta go again. Turn the camera off. You gotta go.
Alright, so I'll speak like this then. Alright. Okay, so what I was saying is that so as a defender, just having the why is Siri going?
Another one. Nagy. You gotta stop.
I need to crop this entire part out. Alright.
This will make a blooper. This will make a fire bloopers video though.
You got an addiction, man. You got an addiction.
Okay, now I'm gonna actually say my point. My point is that as a defender, just knowing that I have that I have a competent keeper behind me obviously helps me out. It gives me the confidence that I can actually try and be more aggressive. And I guess that's the reason we've also been scoring a lot more goals now that we've signed Eduard Mendy.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good point. Moving on to the Sheffield game. Although we conceded the goal early on to McGoldrick. It's a great goal by the set piece in the corner, the little flick back. Brilliant. But just a great performance from Chelsea, and seeing Thiago get in the score sheet and Reece James screaming, "Oh, Thiago Silva." Absolute class.
Yeah. And then and obviously Chilwell bagging another goal, Ziyech with another 2 assists.
Speaking of that Chilwell goal, Chilwell didn't even know the ball was coming. Ziyech put it on an absolute plate for him, hit off his legs, went in. Fantastic goal.
Yeah, off his tie. Yeah, and he mentioned it after, I don't know how it went in. All I know is that it went in. It seems like we've lost Neeks over here, sadly. Yeah. So, okay, we'll keep going. Hopefully, he'll join back soon. I'm going to keep an eye out for that. Yeah, let's just keep going there. So, yeah, but the thing with the goal that we conceded against Sheffield is that I don't know why. I think it was just a lapse in concentration. It was just And we have Neeks back over here. Give it a second. I guess 3 seconds. Yeah, and he's back. All right. So, Sunny, what I was just saying is that looking at the goal that we conceded against Sheffield, right? I think I don't know what. I think it was just a lapse in concentration because you can't have two men going to the same man and leaving another man completely open. I mean, I think obviously it's a new team that we've assembled together. We've got lots of new signings this season. I think it's just communication that they've got to work on. But we can't be having that at a top Premier League side that's aiming to win the biggest competitions, the Champions League, the Super Cup, the Premier League. That's what we're aiming for as a club, right? I think Angolo said that the other day that Chelsea are competitive in the market because we are striving to win the biggest honors, and we can't be having stupid mistakes like this. That's just simple fact, right? So.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
I agree, but then again, if you think about how high level the football they're playing, and they've had the 6 clean sheets in a row, having that one lapse of judgment relatively is actually fantastic from Chelsea. Thinking about just the one, and I think Chelsea in this format they've been in recently, I think they're really striving for the title now. Because now that Liverpool have to play their U12 side, because of all the injuries, I think Chelsea actually could be front runners to snatch this title away from them.
No, but I have a question. Is this what it has come to? That we are happy about the fact that we made only one mistake? Is that what this Chelsea has come to, that we are happy about that? I mean, we used to be at the top of the world. There was a time when Chelsea and Man U were the only teams that were actually competing for a title. And at that point, every mistake we used to absolutely hate on it. I mean, is that what the side has come to, that we are happy about that now? I mean, that's not what I want. I want us to be like, shit, we made one mistake. That's not good. That's not good enough. We have to strive to make 0 mistakes. That's what we want. And that's the winning mentality that's needed to win the title.
Yeah, but Varun, I think you have to look at it with a perspective like based on last season. You can just see a great improvement. So
Yeah,
I think you can't expect to go from a young team making lots of mistakes to a perfect team in one season. It's a journey.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess that's true. Baunj, do you have anything to add to
that? Yeah, I think you just have to look at it more holistically. I think obviously you can't just focus on the one game. Of course, it's not ideal that you're making the mistake, but aside from that, it was complete domination. If you want me to look at the statistics, they had triple the shots on target, 71% possession to the Sheffield's 29. They had 2 times their passes, and their pass accuracy was 87% to Sheffield 69. Hats off to them. And they clearly frustrated Sheffield, who had a staggering 14 fouls and 2 yellow cards to back that up. So I think the one lapse in concentration, despite it not being ideal, given their recent success in defense and having all the games prior with the clean sheets, I think it's acceptable that a new team with young players is gonna once in a while have a slight lapse. Yes.
And there's one more thing I want to talk about, which is that I'm not sure if it was in these 3 games. I think it was in the game against Burnley. Yeah, in the game against Burnley, we lined up. We lined up with. Give me a minute.
Nugget.
Neeks, come on. All right. So okay. So
Nugget.
All right. So okay. So what I'm saying is that in the game against Burnley, we lined up in a midfield 3 with 2 number 8s. We lined up with Kante at the base of the midfield, and then we had Havertz and Mount to his sides. Do you think that is a way do you think that is a formation, and that is the team that we could line up with against bigger clubs?
Yeah. Sorry. You say. Sorry, I was trying to pull the Nikes, the old.
Okay, no, I have a reason for that happening.
No.
Perfectly good reason.
You don't need to back yourself. Every man does it. It's all good.
No, wait, what?
Nice. In your own time. what I will say, but yeah, it's a great. I think what you just said would be fantastic. I think we saw, especially when you're talking about Mount. Mount, I know everyone gives him stick internationally because people think maybe Jadon Sancho or another player should start over him in the English squad. But I thought he played brilliantly for Southgate, and I think he's been so good for Chelsea. With Hakim, Kante, I personally love that three.
Yeah. Okay. And do you guys think that maybe obviously Havertz is right now sidelined because he did get COVID-19 sadly. He's right now training alone, trying to regain fitness. Do you think at some point we could see, if I'm not wrong, Hakim Ziyech used to play as a cam at some point. Do you think we could see him playing as a number 8 at some point this season?
You mean number 10?
No, but I'm saying I don't think we play with. I think Lampard's going to switch to formation with one holding midfield and 2 number 8s. I think he switched to that. Do you think Do you think he's gonna play him as a number 8 at some point this season?
Potentially. Yeah. He might play Hakim as a because if we've seen I do question his defensive abilities because apparently at Ajax his work rates were sometimes quite bad going back to the defense, but his ability to pass the ball and play that ball into the final third, I think I can see him playing a more deeper position.
But I haven't seen him be lazy on defense this season. I think at least for us this season, he's been very proactive on the defensive end of the ball. Do you guys agree with that, Hughes, Baunj?
Can't have any statistics for this one, so I'll let Hugo take over.
Well, I don't know about how much Ziyech has really been defending per se, but I think he could work in the midfield as long as he does have a good work rate defensively. And we see it all the time. Mason Mount especially, he's always getting back on defense, and that work rate is just so important. So I think if Ziyech can do the same thing, then he can work well there.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons that Mount has played himself into the England setup. I mean, his defensive work rate and the way he just presses the ball in every single defensive position, right? I think it's just simply brilliant. And I think that's one of the reasons managers really like him, because he's willing to do the other side of the game that a lot of number 8 and number 10s do not really like to play. So I think that's one of the reasons. And if I'm not wrong, in one of the interviews or one of the Chelsea documentaries that we made, right? He said that his dad always told him that I cannot be a luxury player. I have to be a player who's willing to do both sides of the game. And I think that's been instilled in him since a very young age. And we're seeing that now. And that's what allowed him to play himself into all these squads. So I think it's simply brilliant.
Yeah, I agree.
Love the way he's
hopefully, Well, hopefully, lads, we'll talk about it next week, but hopefully we get a good victory versus Newcastle. But I want to thank our new stat man, Baunj. He's overthrown Hugo. He's brilliant on the job. I know he's studied night and day to perfect his craft. Nagy's as well. Yeah, he's been good. Thanks.
Okay. I'd like to explain that for a minute. I need to explain that now. Okay. So I'm using my dad's computer, and I guess he has Siri on, and for some reason it kept on just turning on. So I was just closing it. I wasn't sure if you guys could hear. It is not my. Okay. I've done so many.
Chelsea brothers, please. You don't listen to a single word Nagy says.
All this trick in the book. All this trick in the book.
Cheers, Chelsea brothers. You'll see us on the next podcast, lads. Have a good one.
Yeah. Cheers for having me, boys.